Forza Horizon 5 gets ASL support for in-game cutscenes.
Yes, and it's not just ASL; it's also BSL as well. So I thought it was.
Wait,
I thought
what's BSL?
British Sign Language.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, American Sign Language and British Sign Language. So I thought this was weird because, like, I'm like, why do they need sign language? Like, you can just turn on subtitles. Like, I just was like, what's the point in this? I don't understand. But if you watch the video that they released, apparently there's a lot of sort of like connotation and different, like, ASL and BSL are generally, that's their first language.
Yeah.
And English is their second language. So it's like reading subtitles isn't the same as like me and you reading subtitles.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Where we've grown up with the words.
Yeah, so like ASL and BSL are usually the first language, and then English is the second language. So it's not exactly the same. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense to me.
Yeah.
Than just reading the subtitles there. Was interesting. I mean, obviously I would never turn that on because I don't need it, but it was like very visible on the screen, like it's there. And I was like, well, how do they do it? Like they use a little avatar to do it or whatever. And I was like, no, it's a real person they videotaped.
Oh, interesting.
Because like the in-game cutscenes are all like the little fake CGI characters or whatever. Like Forza Horizon has an actual story. It's not good or anything, but there's an actual story. And I thought they'd just use their little, avatars to do it, but no, it's like an actual person they videotaped and they put in
that's interesting.
Yeah, in the game.
I would imagine that AI would be able to replicate.
Well, apparently it's motion. Yeah, the motion of the hands is fine, but it's also about like the face too. It's not just the hands.
Yeah,
it's like the whole thing when they're doing.
Well, yeah, because you'd have to be a head to torso.
Yeah,
thing because they do a lot of pointing at elbows and
there's all sorts of other stuff, but it's also like the way your face looks too adds to like sort of connotation. Like if you look this way, it's like in a positive way. If you look, it's negative this way. Blah blah blah. But it's crazy they have it so you can choose like the different background of the guy, so you can choose like it's not just like a guy in front of a green screen. You can put it's green, red, blue, whatever, so you can see it better and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Very interesting anyways. It's cool they added it. And I like I said at first, I was just like, why? Like, this seems pointless. But then it was like, the way they said it in the video, it's like, oh, it's like a second language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, it's cool. I think this is the first game ever that I know of to have any signing.
Yeah.
Unless it's a game about sign language or something. I don't know. But it's interesting. We'll see if other games add it in a non-obtrusive way, I guess, if you want to add it in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in Forza Horizon 5, so I'm not surprised they added this in to that game for sure. And I would guess that means probably Fable, the next Fable, is going to have this in it too, because it's being made by Playground Games as well. So the same company, basically. Ooh, can't wait for Fable.
Doesn't look like too many games do.
I would guess not many at all have any sign language support. I mean, I never thought about it till this video showed up, and why would I ever think of it really?
Yeah.
I don't know sign language. I don't know anyone that well, that's not true. I guess there's one girl at work that knows sign language, but she speaks as well, so
it doesn't look like there's actually any.
The
only thing I can really find is people have made signs for video game consoles and controllers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
The one thing though that was funny about this is they were talking about how ASL and BSL, and that's the other thing too, is ASL, American Sign Language, and British Sign Language they're not the same. They're like different.
Yeah.
And the video only had ASL in it, like because they had them, whenever anyone was talking, they had someone doing sign language, and I think the whole video only had ASL in it, no BSL. So that was a little weird, but it was interesting video. I learned something new that I never would have thought of or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah,